Hey, Mike with D2D Millionaire here. And is your vocabulary potentially costing you sales while selling door to door? Well, in today's video, I'm going to give you a couple different tips and words you should avoid while you're selling door to door to get better results. One thing that you really want to keep in mind is that there's a right way and a wrong way to approach potential customers while you're selling door to door. Now, what happens, unfortunately, for a lot of sales reps is they follow the right process, they say the right scripts and outlines, but they occasionally throw in a specific word here and there. And when they do that, it can actually cost them the sale without them realizing it. So in today's video, I'm going to go through a few of the words you definitely want to avoid while you're selling door to door to get better results. One of the first words that you want to avoid while selling door to door is the word problem. Now, for most people, they don't like to admit to having problems to, their close friends, their close family, heck, even for some people, their therapists, right? They don't like to talk about the problems that they have. And again, especially when it comes to selling door to door, most people are going to be a little bit reluctant to reveal all their problems to someone they just met, especially someone that's uninvited that just showed up at their house. So again, when you talk about problems with your potential customers, it's not a good idea to tell them that they have specific problems or that you can help them with a specific problem that they have issues with, unless they've already admitted that they have that problem. Because again, in most cases with people, problems are different from person to person. Well, one person might think that they have a problem, another person might think that that's a totally okay situation and not really a big deal at all. So for example, let's say you market pest control. You might see someone where at their home they've got spiders everywhere, they've got ant hills, they've got webs all on the outside of their eaves, and so to you that might look like a major problem, but to them they might not care at all. At the same time, you might run into another person where they've got one ant in their home or one spider they saw 3 weeks ago and they haven't seen anything since. They think that they have a major problem on their hands and they need to take immediate action. So again, it can vary from person to person, so you really want to avoid using the word problem, because again, if you position it that way, you might be costing yourself sales because one person might think that they have a problem while another might not think that they have an issue whatsoever. Well, at the same time, you might say something instead like issue, concern, situation, development, whatever the case might be. There's a lot of different options you can choose from, but again, avoid using the word problem because it can raise potential concerns, raise the guard of your potential customer as well. And again, you want them to be open to hearing what you have, not being on the defensive right away. So avoid using the word problem. Another area people sometimes run into while they're selling door to door or have trouble with is getting people started on contracts. And one of the biggest reasons is that you're phrasing it as a contract. Now again, not that there's anything inherently wrong with a contract, but it does have a lot of negative connotations with it. So when you say contract to your potential customer, more often than not, they're going to get an image in their mind that it's really just a one-sided document, that again, a contract is just something that's there to protect or to the advantage of the company that has that contract, and that it's somehow going to take advantage of that potential customer. And again, that's the last thing you want. Obviously, you want to build your company with integrity, so you ideally wouldn't have a contract that's going to try and take advantage of anyone in any way, shape, or form. But at the same time, your potential customer doesn't necessarily know that. So instead of saying contract, lead with service agreement, because what's great about that, instead of being a one-way street or a one-way version that a lot of people see contracts as, a service agreement puts it more in a two-way frame of mind, because again, not only are you benefiting, but at the same time, your potential customer has the opportunity to benefit as well. So when you phrase it in the form of a service agreement, it can do that. At the same time, obviously, if somebody asks if it is a contract, definitely tell them that it is. And when you do that, also explain the terms of the contract, or again, the terms of the service agreement, and put it in a way of them not only knowing what they have to do, but at the same time, how that contract or service agreement is going to benefit them as well. So an example of that might be like, yes, absolutely, it is a contract, but at the same time, it's not just for our benefit alone. What's great about it is that this also helps protect you. For some reason, if we don't hold up our end of the bargain, if we don't provide the service or products to your expectations or the expectations that are outlined in the service agreement, you have the opportunity to get a new product, to get a refund, to get a reservice, whatever again is outlined in that service agreement. So again, it benefits you as well as us and protects both of us to make sure you get what you paid for. So again, when you phrase it in that way, where you're explaining the benefits that your potential customer is going to get, not just in a way that's benefiting your company, it again can help lower their guard. And again, you just want to build your business with integrity. So while you're selling door to door, don't mislead people and tell them it isn't a contract if it really is. But again, framing it in a way of saying service agreement rather than a contract can do a lot to lower that potential customer's defenses and be more open to hear you out and what you have to offer. Moving on from there, another thing to really avoid doing and saying is saying we're here to sell you, or we're here to sign you up on our products and services or in your business. Again, if you haven't heard it before, you certainly will. Anyone that's really been in sales for any length of time has more often than not heard the saying that people hate to be sold, but they love to buy. And that's really true, where people enjoy buying products and services that they see value in, that they want, that's going to solve some type of problem in their life. But again, if you're putting it in a way of trying to sell them, no one really likes to admit to being sold on something or taken advantage of or anything like that. So avoiding words like we're selling or we're signing up your neighbors, different things like that, can go a long way to getting actually more people started and selling more products and services while selling door to door. So a common question you might run into while you're marketing door to door is a potential customer might say something, well, what are you selling? What are you doing here in the neighborhood? And so when that happens, you want to phrase it in a way, again, of being a messenger of good news rather than just being someone that's there to sell them something. So for example, you might say something along the lines of, well, great, I was just talking to Bob down the street. Again, you name drop one of the neighbors you just talked to, and we were talking about what's going on in the neighborhood here. I'm just curious, has anyone informed you that to be stopping by yet to tell you about what's going on? So again, instead of saying, oh, well, we're here to sell you XYZ, here's our great, amazing offer, again, you're positioning it in a way that, hey, I was talking to one of the neighbors, you name drop, you give them a valid reason of why you're there, and then phrase it in a form of a question of, did you know I was coming, or did anyone tell you I'd be coming here or stopping by? And when you do that, again, it doesn't immediately raise the defenses. It actually, in most cases, will put people at ease that you're not just immediately there to sell them and pitch them on something. Again, doing that can help lower that guard, and when they're more open to hear what you have and you can provide that solution to their problems, needs, and wants, more often than not, you're going to make that sale. So again, avoid these red flag words, these trouble words, right? When you're marketing door to door, and you're going to get a lot better results and make more sales while you're selling door to door. So again, hopefully you got some benefit and value out of this video. If you did, feel free to comment and share. And if you do happen to be considering a new door to door sales opportunity, be sure to head on over to d2dmillionaire.com/work with D2D. Our team is expanding, and we're looking for some other sales leaders to work with us and grow our business as well. So if you happen to be open to a new door-to-door sales opportunity this season, again, head on over to d2dmillionaire.com/work with D2D, fill out that application, and one of our team members will get back to you and see if it's a fit for working with us and our team. But thanks so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you more soon.